Alright, in this video I'm going to share some copywriting game that I wish I was told when I was starting out, which is in 2016, so going on 10 years ago now. We know from the copywriting overlords that there's basically three markets, right? There's, broadly speaking, there's health, wealth, happiness. In happiness, we might put love, peace, right? So that's what the goal is of these mass markets: health, wealth, love, and peace. I selected wealth here because we're going to choose that. And basically, the idea that you want to take away from this old plan, new plan, in every one of these mass niches, there's a sub niche, right? A specific. So for wealth, we're going to look at a specific sub niche of online coaching and service businesses, but you could be looking in wealth and say there's investing in gold, precious metals, there's investing in crypto, there's saving money, personal finance. In health, right? There's supplements, there's weight loss, there's muscle gain, there's health for women after having a baby, right? There's all these different niches and sub niches. So when we're talking about a specific, one thing that we want to make clear is that we're going out into the market with a claim. And in my last video, I made basically a video about how to structure your claims. So for a online coaching and service business, we might structure a claim like around what they want. That's basically what we're saying with a claim, is how to get what you want in a certain way. And that's where we bring everything down to a old plan, new plan sort of matrix here. And the reason why we're doing this is because a mentor once told me, and I do believe this is true, that people stick with problems. People stay in a problem situation because of an assumption that they are sticking with. So basically a mistaken perspective. So they have a plan for solving the problem, or at least coping with the problem, and that is what their current plan is, and they need effectively a new plan, a new way to handle the situation. So we might take, for example, the specific online coaching service business niche, and let's say that their goal is to get, let's say, leads and clients, okay? So we might go out to the market with how to get leads and clients. Now, if your market is really unsophisticated, pretty new, you could start off with a claim like this and it would be fine. You'd be good to go. But because other people come into the market, oftentimes we need to differentiate and say we are doing this in a certain way, and that's where we go into old plan, new plan. So we might say how to get clients and leads with whatever you do, right? Or how to lose weight using GLP-1, right? Using Ozempic or something like that. So you basically need a new way, a new plan to achieve the result. So that's what we're trying to get clear on. And the reason why I'm talking about this and talking about it in the context of copywriting specifically is because a lot of times it's not clear when you go to write a project or a promotion, or you're trying to communicate with your ideal client profile, that the old plan and the new plan are really distinct and clear. So when I say this is what I wish I was taught when I first started, what I'm really saying is old plan, there are really three main things that matter. There are more, but this is a good way of keeping it simple. So one is the time that the old plan takes. Two is the money that the old plan takes. And three is the reputational risk or benefit, right? So what we want to do if we're talking about, and these are really what we're talking about are benefits. Okay, so time, money, reputation. These are all going to have benefits in the sense that it's going to give you more time, or it's going to give you faster time to result. It's going to give you more money and an increase in status, reputation, so on and so forth, right? So the old plan, let's say the old plan for a coach or consultant or what have you, online service business is old plan is, I could actually, this will be fun. So old plan will be buying fake Instagram followers, right? And this is just fake IG followers. It will be, let's say, posting content in other people's groups. It will be like etc. You get what I'm going for, right? Like it's going to be long form webinar that doesn't like in some cases work, etc., etc., right? So like you could stack up all these plans, like wasting money on. And I mean, this is, of course, their plan isn't let me waste money on this or whatever, but it's like the idea is that they're doing these things, okay, and these things do end up wasting money, maybe thousands of dollars, wasting time, etc., right, risking reputation, so on and so forth. The new plan, right, and what your offer is going to be is, of course, none of the above, right? Like, so you're innovating, right? Assuming that you're either, if you're a copywriter, you're getting the innovation from the owner or from the person hiring you. But if you're copywriting your own project, it's going to be your innovation. It's going to be your change, the thing that you're contributing. So in this case, let's say your mechanism, which is really what this is called, right, is instead of doing this, you are just doing like paid ads, right? Paid ads and a tight funnel, okay? And then what you want to do though is like nobody really, like even whether you're going B2B, B2C, whatever, at the end of the day, nobody really wants the thing. What they want are the results of the thing, right? This is marketing 101 stuff. So we want to look at, okay, paid ads, tight funnel. What does that mean in terms of, in terms of time, what could be faster than clicking a button on Facebook and you end up with leads coming in, right? So we check the box of time. Like that's going to be much faster than posting content in other people's groups, fake IG followers, long form web, like so on and so forth. And this is a hypothetical, right? This is some stuff I've seen people do. So that's why that's there. Money. Okay. Well, you might think, it's a little bit risky to spend money on ads. I don't want to spend money on ads, but when you do it right, it's actually free if you think about it, because you're putting $1 in and getting $2 out, right? So that's the idea behind reversing that objection and showing why the new plan actually has a better benefit. And that's just an example. It's not that I am all about paid ads. Paid ads are great, whatever. Point being, you can turn around the issue, right? And then third is reputation, and this is just where you could make the claim that it's somehow reputationally beneficial. I don't know, if people see your ads, you're all over the place, you're all over the internet, so your brand is getting tons of impressions, people know you, so on and so forth. So you can, again, point isn't that you do paid ads. The point is that you see how one plan gets beat effectively by another and gets sold in that format. Once you have that clarity between these two lines, the sort of before and after, it becomes a lot easier to write copy and to communicate the value propositions, and to, yeah, to focus in on what matters to people. And that's important because you want to talk about what matters to people. So, hope that is useful. And I know it's useful, so I think that you'll find that useful if you go through this exercise of splitting and clarifying which offer is real.